So we're gonna get this shifter off. I've already placed the shifter, but I didn't do how to pull this cover off, so we're gonna get to that. It's pretty easy. All you do is grab here and here and pull this way all at the same time, and it should pop out along with this shifter selector cover. What you want to do is make sure that your e-brake is back, because it'll bump into the e-brake if it's still here. You're going to pull this over, and then you're going to want to put this out of park just so you can get the clearance, because if you try and pull it up through here, there's no clearance. So you want to put this in neutral or drive, pull it out just like that. Once you're there, you can put it back in park, and we should be good to go to remove this shifter. Alright, so it's taken me a few hours to figure out how to get this shifter off, but I finally did it. I had to spend a little bit of extra money to get some tools, but it is off. So I'm going to help you guys avoid the headache and figure out how to get this off yourself. The first thing you want to do is pull off this cover right here. It's a trim piece that sits right here, and all I did was I grabbed onto this side and this side and pulled straight out, and it popped out. That came out along with this. This was attached to it. Once you have that out, you can pull this guy over and out of the way. Once that's out, you want to disconnect the shifter manual mode from underneath. So you're gonna go down underneath here, and you'll see this little white piece. That's where it was plugged in. Just take a little screwdriver, it should go bloop, and it should pop out. Once that's popped out, you'll be good to remove the shifter. I saw one video where the guy just yanked it out. I took a few minutes and I couldn't do it, and I feel like I'm pretty strong, so I went to pick up some tools and ended up doing it the hard way. But I did learn a little bit, and in that I learned that to get this off, there's actually a piece that slides out right here in the back. So in order to get this off, you'll have to cut through the leather, because the piece sits right here, I believe, somewhere. So you have to cut the leather to expose this little slot that the piece goes in. So that'll pop out. Once that pops out, there's an actual ring on here that holds it onto the shaft. So for me, all I did was what did I take? Took a little flathead screwdriver and popped it in the side right here in this little slot, and I kind of just pried until it popped out. Once that's out, just give it a little yank and it comes off pretty easily. Now, the easier part is getting this installed, the new one installed back in. One thing I did forget, there is a little rubber grommet in here in the original selector, the little button, that you want to make sure you pull that out and put that into the new one. A lot of the new ones don't have it, so make sure you pull that out and put that into the new one. It shouldn't be too hard to do. I'll include a video on how to do that in the description, or you can just pull the button out and swap out the buttons. Either way works. I'll link a video in the description on how to pull the button out. It's pretty simple. So all you do is take this wire, feed it down through where the other one was coming out, and shove it on, and it should be good to go. So I'm gonna see if I can put this on through the front. slide on. Feed this down through. Once that's on there, it's in there. And that's underneath. Actually, I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna try and put this on before. Actually, it's gonna be really hard to do. I want to keep this video short, so once that's underneath there, you should just be able to put some pressure. And if you're having a hard time getting this little clip piece onto the socket underneath, you can also remove this top part, which is pretty easy. I took a screwdriver and just popped underneath the four corners. There's a tab here, a tab here, a tab down here, and then a tab, you can see right there. Once those are popped up, this lifts up, and then this comes out. It's kind of like a dust guard to protect the inside. And there you go. There's your connector right there. So if you're having a hard time, you can also do it that way. So yeah, let's get this reinstalled. I think to do this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the sleeve down. We're gonna put the cover on, and then we're gonna put the shaft on just as a let's see, maybe that might work. Get this down into the hole. You can lift this whole thing up. And then get it plugged in the proper way. Aligned. Let's see. Legs to the back, clip on the front. Perfect. So get this plugged in. It's down a little bit more. Alright. It's in there. Get it pushed down. And actually, yeah. Now that it's in there, pull that back, put that in place, get this back. You also may want to clean up a little bit if you feel like it. If not, not my problem. Get these knocked down, make sure all the clips are in. Sure it's in the right spot. Go in, push that down a little bit so it's underneath. We should be able to put a little pressure, pump this down, good to go. There we are. Shifter is in. Once it's down, you want to go ahead and give it a pull. Make sure there is tension, make sure your button's working. If it's not working, or if it stays back, it means that the handle wasn't all the way down. So you want to go ahead and push it down until it clicks in there, and then you should get pressure here. Once you have that, then you're good to go to put everything else back on. All right, now that we've got our shifter on, everything's working, make sure you check the buttons. You don't have to go anywhere. Do that. Make sure it's plugged in. Make sure the gear selector works. Reverse. Pull all the way down and make sure your buttons work. 1, 2, 1. Things are good. We'll put it back in park. We will get this back on. So let's pull this back into neutral, so we can get our cover through here. Make sure we feed our shift selector signal back through here too. Should be pretty easy selling from there. We can put this back in park. So we've got our clips that clip in right there, and we've got a clip that clips into right here. So we're going to try and align those, as well as get this aligned. Push this front end in. Make sure that's seated. Make sure this is seated in here. And then push, push, push. And there we go. We're back in business. Great job, guys.